Howdy, my name's Mudbrain, and I have a confession to make. I'm a Sonic fan. I know, get it all out. Frankly, I was more of a Sonic fan as a kid. I couldn't really get into Generations, I never played Mania, and I'm just gonna pretend this one doesn't exist. My first experience with the franchise was actually through Sonic Mega Collection, which is arguably one of the best places to start. It came with the complete original trilogy, plus some fun extras like, it came with extras. I vividly remember spending a lot of time on Sonic Spinball, but I don't think I ever made it past the second board. While those games were fun and all, it wasn't until I got Sonic Adventure DX that I was really hooked. The GameCube was my first home console, and DX was one of my first games. Until that point, I think all I had was a Game Boy Advance, Mega Collections, and the occasional Flash game on Cartoon Network. Ooh, maybe that'd be a good video idea. Write that down. Point is, this was my first experience with 3D games, and it blew my fucking mind. I'd never seen something so smooth, so three-dimensional, so shiny. Of course, in hindsight, that port butchered the graphics. Just look at the two side by side. Sonic looks like he took a dip in Vaseline, lubed up for extra speed. Plenty of other problems with this port, but that's beside the point. Sonic Adventure, for all of its imperfections, was an amazing game. I'm really just waiting for Sega to bring back that open world exploration to... Anyways, in Sonic Adventure, you have 3 hub worlds to explore that change as the story progresses, with collectibles hidden all about to be discovered. Most of these are emblems, and unless you're playing the GameCube port, they're pretty much useless. Getting all of them in DX unlocks Metal Sonic though, and while he's just a Sonic reskin, it's still pretty cool. But no, those are not the unlockables I care about. In each of these hubs is a single Chow Egg, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 black. Unique colors that cannot be found anywhere else. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Chow, you say? What the fuck is that, you say? Why are you repeating my questions and attaching you say to the end of them, you say? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is my baby. His name is Charlie. He's 20 minutes old. His mother's normal 2-tone hero run swim, and his father's a red monotone neutral fly power. And once he reincarnates twice, I'm gonna evolve him into a dark chaos Chow so he can live forever. Aha! Yes, let me step back a bit. So, as you're playing through Sonic Adventure, you'll inevitably come across these areas linked to the hub worlds called Chow Gardens. In them, you'll find eggs waiting to be hatched, and any of the tiny animals you collected from enemies will also just come gushing forth. So, there's 2 ways to hatch a Chow Egg. 1, you pick it up and gently rock it back and forth, as you would while cradling a baby. 2... God, it hurt me to get that footage. Even when it happened on accident as a kid, I'd feel awful. Either way, end result is this little pudgy Hershey Kiss looking ass, and I love them with all my heart. But it doesn't stop there, oh no. They've only just hatched, they're children. And like all children, they're gonna grow. But also, like all children, without any guidance, they're kinda screwed. It's your responsibility to shun Eggman's plot to reawaken the water god Chaos to drown the world, and instead take care of these babies. So remember those tiny animals, the ones Eggman shoved inside his robots to act as living batteries? Yeah, those ones. Good job on freeing them. I'm sure they're ecstatic to be back in nature. Oh God, Charlie, put that down! Yeah, it never really dawned on me how odd that is until I started writing this script. You save those little animals, but then you sacrifice them to your chows so that they can absorb their essence and attain their abilities. They don't seem to die from this? Not right off. Turn your back for a while though, and they'll just disappear. As if what the Chow tossed away wasn't even the whole animal, but just its spirit, dazed and confused, wandering around in this temporary limbo for as long as somebody, anybody, still remembers them. And as soon as you turn your back, as soon as they leave your mind, poof. Or, games just saving resources, but I think I'm right. But yeah, Chow. They have 5 skills that can be raised which influence their growth. Run, swim, fly, power, and stamina. There's 2 other hidden skills on top of that, being luck and intelligence, but those are pretty negligible and don't affect their growth. Don't worry about them. If your Chow's dumb, that's fine. When your little abomination absorbs the essence of an animal, they also get a few points to levels in the appropriate skills. On top of that, they get a random body part from that animal, which raises even more questions I don't have the heart to ask. Over time, their body will slowly change, kinda like puberty. But instead of body hair and acne, their very skeletal structure will rapidly morph over the course of roughly 2 hours, better suiting their form to match their newly acquired skills. Once the time has finally come, they'll enter into a deep, meditative state as a blue cocoon springs up around them, resembling the head of a newborn Chow. When they emerge, they'll have grown substantially, their fledgling forms having taken full shape. Also, you might be noticing that my boy Charlie here has a spiky ball above his head now, and that the graphics changed substantially, and that this is a different game. Yeah, we're in Sonic Adventure 2 battle now, it's not really that important. Chow mechanics and DX are basically the same, but this is the one that I spent most time in as a kid. What is important is that spiky ball though, because I neglected to mention one other important factor: alignment. While alignment is possible to change using hero and dark fruits in SADX, it's much easier in 2 battle. It's real simple. Treating your Chow well will make them like the character you're playing and take their alignment, while abusing them will make them hate the character and take the opposite alignment. It'll also make them depressed, traumatized, and suicidal, but that's for later. So, you've managed to raise your Chow through adolescence, but you're not off the hook yet. What kind of parent would you be if you didn't provide your child with an education? Luckily for you, the Chow Kindergarten is here to teach them all of the life skills they need, such as drums, chalk drawings, circle dance, whatever the fuck this is, and so much more. While your child is busy, you can even get some shopping done here, at the black market, in the kindergarten. Come to think of it, there's also a fortune teller and a doctor? I guess the doctor makes some sense, and you can just assume the black market set up shop there, but fortune teller is definitely on the kindergarten's payroll. Questions aside, the black market is the only place to get the majority of eggs, in case your current child disappoints you. Different colors are offered at random, with more colors being unlocked the more emblems you have. Fun fact though, the colors are grouped together in sets, and not every set is available to every save file. I don't remember which colors and what factors influence that, so make sure to fact check and fix this line before along with eggs and fancy fruit for the fancy Chow, or hats. Many hats. Many items that are not hats but can be worn as such. Ha! This is just an apple! Wow! I never liked the hats as a kid, and I still don't. Most of the uniqueness of a Chow is in their head, so covering it up just felt like a way to make your neglected Chow look more presentable. Arguably, the most important item on sale though is this right here. Heart fruit are the easiest way to get your Chow in the mood. And as soon as a Chow pops out of their blue cocoon, they're ready to reproduce. Since Charlie's still in class, I guess we can talk about this. I haven't had to talk with him yet, so it's gonna be good practice. When a Chow is of age, and the time comes, or if fed a heart fruit, they'll sit down and enter into a meditative state, similar to when they evolve. Instead of a cocoon, however, a ring of flowers will grow around them, and their little emotion ball turns into a heart. Should another Chow of age decide to, they can walk up to this Chow and initiate the ritual. The two stand, then proceed to dance the dance of life, before between the two a Chow egg materializes, launching them back with its force. The happy parents then cheer for the success of the ritual before proceeding to resume their normal lives, leaving it up to you to hatch and raise the child. While we're here, we might as well check out the other rooms. The principal's just going to give you some tips. Some of them are almost useful, most of them are just downright garbage. The doctor will tell your Chow's stat grades, which influence how much experience they get when leveling up. Their actual abilities are determined by experience and not level, so having a higher grade will mean having a higher potential for that skill. All of that is for the races and karate, but quite frankly that's just not what this video is about, so yeet! Over at the fortune teller, the first thing she'll tell you is that you won't get your fortune told. Rudeness aside, what she actually does is provide a name for your Chow. She's got some decent suggestions, but you know, well, let's bring the little tyke home. So, welcome to hell. We got the blood lake, we got the treat cage, we got some heart fruits? Right, I bought some at the black market. No, wait, Charlie, don't eat that. Oh, fucking. Alright, well, guess it's time to talk about breeding. Chow are completely genderless, and their reproduction is magical rather than sexual, but they still do have some basic genetics. A child will inherit the traits of their parents, be that skills, colors, favorite foods, or even their personality. The most noticeable, and arguably the most fun aspect of breeding is definitely the colors. Eggs you buy from the black market will always be monotone, meaning that they never change colors as they evolve. Two-tone Chow, like the standard color Chow from the starter eggs, will change their color scheme as they evolve to fit their form. The caveat is that these are the only two-tone Chow available without breeding. If you want a handsome red two-tone like my boy Charlie here, you'll need to breed them with a red monotone and hope that the odds are in your favor. If I go into Punnett squares, I'm gonna dig up repressed high school memories, but like, that's a thing here? 50% chance of getting either a monotone or a two-tone with two first-generation Chow in this situation. And yes, their genetics do go back a few generations, so you can get some funky situations like two yellow monotones giving birth to a red monotone if they share that gene. Oh ho ho, and speaking of sharing genes, it looks like Charlie found himself a partner, Lucille. a monotone sky blue dark swim chow. Real sweet girl. Loves short walks along the blood lake and eating these weird pine cone looking things. Now that the two are done, let's take a look at the baby. Gonna hatch it gently because I'm not an asshole.
Oh my lord, put it back!
Sorry, technical error. We're back now. Baby's fine. Don't worry about it. So, on top of monotone and two-tone, there's two other categories of chow. Shiny and jewel tone. Shiny chow eggs can be purchased in the black market once you've got enough emblems from playing the main game and come in all the same colors as other monotone chow, only shinier and pricier. Jewel tones, however, those are special. The original two, gold and silver, can only be obtained in Sonic Adventure. The rest of them can be found in neither Adventure 1 nor 2, but solely on the Tiny Chow Garden on the Game Boy Advance. If you had Sonic Advance, you could access the Chow Garden there and raise your own chow on the go in a very stripped-down format. Otherwise, you could just boot it up without the game just by plugging your Game Boy into your GameCube and going to the Game Boy Advance station. But it would be deleted from RAM once you turned it off. The advantages of this were twofold. You could transport chow from either adventure game to the Game Boy, allowing you to take them on road trips, to school, all that childhood nostalgia and what have you. This also allowed you to transfer chow from Adventure 1 to 2, and vice versa, allowing you to get the gold and silver chow in Adventure 2. Secondly, the Tiny Chow Garden had its own unique black market, featuring several stat-boosting fruit, but most importantly, jewel tone eggs. Sapphire, ruby, emerald, onyx, they were fucking gorgeous. Unfortunately, getting raised in the Tiny Chow Garden to buy these eggs is a complete pain in the ass with these fucking little mini-games, but man, it's worth it. Shiny and jewel tones are also passed down to their children, but sometimes playing God can backfire. Certain combinations of colors and tones can result in rather spooky effects. I mean, this guy's just completely invisible. Nothing but a face. That can't be healthy, right? The transparent chow are pretty cool, especially if you give them a little bat, and that gives them a little ghost tail. Add on the sea monster, turns their emotion ball into a little flame. Boy howdy, that is one spooky lad. Speaking of spooky lads, how's Charlie doing? It's been a little while. Oh, geez, Charlie, you've been bulking up. Been doing all right? Where's Lucille? Ah, gotcha. Rough, man. Keep up the gains. So yeah, chow will continue to gradually evolve throughout the rest of their life, occasionally resulting in some wild outcomes. Charlie's gone down the path of power, now making him a red two-tone dark fly power chow. By now, he's lived a full life, but as with all life, there comes a time that it must end. Fortunately for Chow, should they have lived a happy and fulfilling life, they can choose to reincarnate, entering into a meditative state as a pink cocoon envelops them. When they emerge, they'll be a newborn once more, retaining only a fraction of the knowledge of their prior life. Looks like it's Charlie's time now. He looks so peaceful. There's the cocoon. Huh. It doesn't look very pink. Kinda gray, actually. Oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit! So, if a chow didn't quite have the time of their life, they can choose not to come back. This usually happens when they've experienced some sort of trauma or abuse, but sometimes just a general lack of affection is enough. Thankfully, I prepared for moments just like these. Here's what you gotta do. Restart the Chow Garden. Enter and exit until the sad lad in question spawns in the water. Chow can't enter their cocoon when they're in the water. Nab that sad sack of shit and plop their ass down in the grass, and before they can catch their breath, you pet them. And you pet them some more. Again and again, you pet them, showing them more affection in the span of 1 minute than you've shown them in their entire tiny virtual lives. Before you know it, their entire outlook on the world has been changed. They feel alive again, and bam! Pink cocoon. You're welcome. When they emerge, born anew, they'll be blissfully unaware of all the bullshit you put them through, and you can start the cycle all over again. Video games are fun. However, there is still one last form that a chow can take. The ultimate form, one ascended beyond the simple needs of life and death. Should a chow have lived through 2 reincarnations, on their 3rd life, this path is open to them. The method is never taught in-game, nor is it so much as vaguely referenced. As tradition goes, in the beginning of a chow's 3rd life, they must be given 1 of every tiny animal. No more, no less. They also can't be given any chaos drives, but I haven't talked about those, they're not important, don't fucking worry about it. Their alignment can be whatever you please, but it will drastically impact the final form. Should these conditions be met, upon evolution, the chow will emerge as a chaos chow, immortal and incapable of reproducing. This is their final form, and you will both fear and respect it. Any Chow that can evolve can someday become a Chaos Chow. You might be wondering, Chow that can evolve? Well, that must imply that there are Chow that can't evolve. And you'd be correct. Stop stealing my thunder. This is my show. I'm the one who's supposed to be correct. Aside from Chaos Chow, there's actually a few other unique Chow that can be acquired. 3 Chow were made for special events in Japan. 1 resembling Knuckles, 1 Tails, and 1 Amy. The Knuckles and Amy Chow remain Japan event exclusives, but the Tails Chow, that's a whole different story. To get him, the first step is to turn off your GameCube, remove Sonic Adventure. Next, grab your trusty copy of Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 Plus and plop that bad bitch in. Now what you've got to do is finish the first few quests until you unlock the one named The Fake in Yellow. Proceed through that quest as normal, but when given the option to turn in the mission, head back through the teleporter. Go on ahead and you'll find a rather inconspicuous room, nothing out of the ordinary. Walk up to this wall though, and suddenly, a fucking Chow will pop out. And it congratulates you for finding him? I don't really know why or how, but sure. Head back to the base and you'll notice what looks like a Game Boy station. Stop there and bam, you got a few options unlocked. 2 of them are just mini games based on Samba de Amigo, I think, but the other one, that's what you want. Plug your Game Boy into your GameCube, select the right option, and there he is. There's the boy. Now, you can't tell when he's on the Game Boy, but the moment you transfer him over to the GameCube, as a kid, I got PSO specifically for this Easter egg. It was not, and especially now is not, a cheap game. Luckily, it turned out that I love this game too, so I spent at least 100 hours on it, but that's a story for another video. The Chow Garden was really something special, and it had absolutely zero reason to exist. Just tucked away in the back of a couple Sonic games. It's the best pet simulator out there by far. I'd leave my GameCube on while I went to school so I could get my Chow to evolve, and it'd give me so much to look forward to throughout the day. Whenever I booted up Sonic Adventure 2, and it was a lot, the first thing I would do is go straight into the Chow world, check up on all of my babies. I could entertain myself just sitting there watching them all interact. No other games really captured this, and I'm not sure if anything else could. Somebody, please, prove me wrong though. Some indie developer out there, please make your own Chow Garden. I fucking beg you, I need it. Sega won't do it, it's been so long, please. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. Elijah, if you're watching this, I'm talking directly to you now. Play the fucking game. You have no excuse. You've played Sonic Heroes, but not Sonic Adventure 2? Bruh. For the rest of you, I hope you weren't too disappointed that this wasn't more RuneScape content. There'll be plenty more of that, but I gotta start branching out some more. It's gonna be fun, trust me. Thanks for sticking along for the ride to all you returning viewers, and if you're new, just fucking smack that like and sub button already, dude. Just do it. Give in to my peer pressure. Alright, I gotta go teach Charlie how to walk again. Say hello to your grandmother. Have a nice day.